What is going on YouTube? My name is Lucas, and today we are going to saddle up for another Workhorse video. And I really think this is important, and I'm going to provide you with an update. They have quarterly earnings coming up. I'm going to give you what the projected estimates are for that. And on top of that, I think we got some major news coming up for this awesome company. So I'm telling you, stay tuned right after this. I tell ya, being a Workhorse investor is seriously like a bottle of Coca-Cola that has just been shaken up and it is on the verge of explosion. I mean, the anticipation of a Workhorse investor is just, there's so much that can potentially happen, and it's like right on the cusp of happening. We just don't know when. And that's what's unique about being in this stock, and truthfully about participating in the stock market. I think there are a lot of people out there that have the same feelings like I do, and honestly, there's people out there that have way more of an investment than I do. Now, as of late, there really has been some supportive evidence that is going to help Workhorse, and the first thing is Lordstown Motors is going to be going public. And once again, they're a company that is trying to do, they are doing the reverse merger IPO, and they're going to be doing that with Diamonds Peak Corporation. And so their plan is to reverse merger in Q4, actually coming up here in October, November, December. They will be converting over from, I believe, WKHS, and they will be converting to RIDE as their ticker symbol, trading on the NASDAQ. Now, a lot of you might say, hey, what does this have to do with Workhorse? Well, I'm here to tell you, and it's unique because, Workhorse has a pretty big connection with Lordstown. The first thing is they own 10% stake in Lordstown Motors. That occurred when, GMC decided to sell the Lordstown plant. Lordstown moved in. And since then, Workhorse is obviously taking a 10% stake. On top of that as well, currently, the Lordstown Motors CEO is the former CEO of Workhorse. So as you guys can see, there's a connection there. Continuing on, I talked about it in my last video. For every Endurance that Lordstown manufactures rolls out, Workhorse gets a cut of that. That's going to be a royalty. So there's obviously a connection there, and it's why it was such a big deal, which is why it caused Workhorse's stock to go up 23% with the announcement of the reverse merger IPO of Lordstown. Awesome news. My personal opinion on this stock, and I seriously feel this way, I think people are super excited about it. I mean, if you look at any chat group, anytime that this stock really starts to roar, people are making videos on YouTube about it, and they're all positive. And I really think people are rallying behind this stock. It is a true American blue-collar company, and they have great intentions. I mean, they are trying to get into a service, the last mile delivery service, and they're trying to turn it to an electrical vehicle and make it more green for, the rest of the world. On top of that, what I really like about this company, and why I really have, dug in deep with my investment, is because it seems like they've tried and attempted to perfect everything before they truly get it to production. I mean, they've won numerous awards. Obviously, they have partnered and done well with Ryder, UPS. They've been partners with UPS for 6 to 7 years now, and they've constantly gotten feedback on updating their truck and making sure that it fits the need of UPS. They've obviously have met emissions and policies that California is now starting to put in place in order to be emission free by 2035 for delivery vehicles. there is just a lot that Workhorse is really just kind of checking off their list before we really start mass production. And I think that is going to lead into this next topic, and that is the United States Postal Service. Really impactful news that I knew I had to provide to you guys is that Kathy Wood from ARK Invest has put Workhorse inside her ETF. So I'm going to swing on over here and provide you some very, very impactful numbers that I think might start putting some perspective on where some bigger players view this stock. So swinging on over here. So Kathy Wood, ARK Invest, man, currently her ETF is ARKQ, and she has purchased roughly 412,809 shares as of August 5th. That's valued at $6,986,792.33. It is currently weighted in that ETF at 1.47%. I mean, that is some monster news. Since the last video that I provided you guys on this absolute amazing company, there's just been so much that has been piling up with this company that is starting to compound, that I really think we could potentially see some sort of just absolute outbreak. So I'm going to continue to provide you with some supportive evidence on why I think that this would be either a great investment, a good trade, or a swing trade. And that's what I'm here for, guys, to provide you with positive news. So moving forward, here we go. So on August 10th, which is going to be Monday, Workhorse is going to have their quarterly earnings. According to Zacks, they are projected to be down 12 cents on the quarter, and they're expected to have a revenue of $300,000. Now, that is a little bit estimated to be down. You know, they're expected to be negative. They were expected to be negative in their first quarterly earnings, and they actually beat them. It'd be very interesting to see if they come out on top of this, what the result might be. Vice versa, if they do actually are negative and it's not a whole bunch, what does that do to the stock? It's going to be very interesting, so we really need to pay attention to that. And continuing on, now we have some absolute monster news to get to tomorrow, August 7th, which is Friday. The United States Postal Service Board of Governors is going to be having an open meeting, an open forum, and they're just basically going to have the discussion of everything, probably United States Postal Service. I mean, literally, they are on fire. I mean, their trucks are catching fire. And then, you know, obviously they've been hurting for money as well. I mean, this is known information that they are struggling to survive, and that's unfortunate. But that's where Workhorse can come in and help with so many different ways. Obviously, electrical vehicles are going to be a lot cheaper. There's going to be a lot less maintenance. So, United States Postal Service, consider giving them the contract. Let's go. I'm going to give you some perspective. Currently, Workhorse's market cap is $1.6 billion. Now, the United States Postal Service contract is roughly anywhere from $6.2 billion to $6.3 billion. And there's a lot of manufacturing that's going to come with that. So as we can sit here and think, if Workhorse is able to acquire the full contract, or even let's just say 75% of that contract, what does that not only do to the market cap, but what does that also do to a stock price that is currently sitting around the $15 to $20 range depending on the day? I mean, I could see 3 to even 4 times if they get this announcement and it just boosts everything. I mean, there is just going to be so much that unravels in the entire span of the year that's left because of this deal. Now I'm going to continue on. I was in the military, and I completely understand that the government's fiscal year ends at the end of September. So on September 30th, it's over. October 1st, we start the new fiscal year for the government. Now, just in my thinking, we would want to get the contract for the United States Postal Service completed for that date. What that allows is for the government to put basically this contract on the previous year's bill. I mean, that's what I would envision. Continuing on, as we get later into the year, an election is going to be occurring for the United States president. Now, Donald Trump is trying to win Ohio. Obviously, he tweeted out of excitement when GMC sold Lordstown's plant to Lordstown. He was ecstatic. That day, it also caused Workhorse's stock to go up because, well, he mentioned Workhorse. So, continuing on with this topic, I think personally that Trump needs to win Ohio if he wants to win the election again. That's just fact. And he is able to potentially provide that by giving blue-collar workers a contract for the United States Postal Service located in Ohio in Workhorse's company. So there's a lot that could potentially happen there. If Donald Trump can win Ohio by providing Lordstown Motors and Workhorse Group with the contract of the United States Postal Service, not only are we as investors, traders, swing traders going to be just ecstatic, so is the state of Ohio. The Buckeyes. No matter how you look at it, big picture, Workhorse is aligned for the future. I mean, they really are. They've gotten everything in place. They're in an all-electrical vehicle, and that's where we're headed. We're headed in an all-electric. We're trying to create better emissions out into the atmosphere. We want to go green. You have all these charging stations being placed across the United States, and there's just a lot of supporting evidence that leads to a Workhorse future. I mean, that's just the truth. And Workhorse is continuing to, evolve for the future, and they haven't even really started with anything. They obviously have the Horsefly, which they're obviously patented, and they're getting to deliver from drone the last mile delivery service. So this thing could be very impactful in the near future and delivering packages for people. I mean, this is going to be an opportunity for people out in the country to get packages by a drone, and I think that's pretty cool. I assure you guys that this won't be the last video on Workhorse. Well, because obviously they have so much information that's going to continue coming down the pipeline, as you guys can see in this video. August 7th, August 10th, and it's just going to keep coming down the chain. And on top of that, any information that comes out about Lordstown could positively impact Workhorse. They just have so much going for them, and I just truthfully have a lot of faith in this stock. I just do. And you guys know how I do it. If you like this video, smash that like button. It helps out more than you guys honestly know. It helps me get the videos out there and allows people to see it. And it really does help out. Same goes for the comments, guys. And on top of that, I really do like interacting with you guys. I like having conversations with you guys on stocks like this. It makes it exciting, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I do this, is because I want to interact with my fan base. I want to interact with my subscribers, and when you guys comment, it's enjoyable to talk to you guys about things like this. I really have had some great conversations with some great people out there. And continuing on, subscribe to my channel. Guys, I never in my mind imagined that I would have 123 people following a YouTube channel that I started in the month of April. This is obviously a passion of mine. I truthfully enjoy talking about stocks, and it's just a pure passion of mine. And just to have 123 people, we're not finished there yet, obviously, but just knowing there's 123 people that hit that subscribe button, it means it a lot right here, guys. And I do get emotional about it because it's awesome. It's a great feeling, and there's just a lot of hard work and effort pouring into this thing. So please smash that subscribe button. And you guys know how I do it. Have a good day.